One of the best places to get started on ads with LinkedIn is just simple retargeting ads to capture the warm audiences that already know who you are, what you do, and kind of already have an interest or shown some sort of interest in your business. But to do that, you must first understand a little bit more about something we call the LinkedIn Insights tag, and which is essentially just the LinkedIn's version of the Facebook pixel, if you're familiar with that. What does it do? So this tag basically can show you your website demographics. It can capture your any audiences that comes to your site, so you can retarget ads to that, and it can be used to track conversions. So that's basically what it does, and how you should use it. All you do is you just put it on your site. So if you manage your site, you put it on the header of your site. There's instructions inside of LinkedIn. At the end of this video, I'm going to go through instructions on how to install it. Or if that's not something you do and you have somebody else that handles your website, you can certainly just email them that and they'll get you set up. But again, what it does is, and how you use it is, you put it on your site. Anybody that visits your site, it records their actions and also connects it with a user inside of LinkedIn. So if you promote a blog post, or you send an email, or you have an affiliate promote something on your site, it's going to pixel all of those people or cookie them. All that's basically saying is it tags them to and allows you to use them in an audience inside of LinkedIn. So you can use that. And then you also use that same pixel to track your conversions. So if you're running people to a landing page for a webinar, an ebook, a white paper, even a sales page, you can track anybody that takes your desired action. And then one of the most important things to know as you're getting started with ads is the website demographics part. I kind of mentioned it, but I didn't go into it. LinkedIn will connect anybody that visits your sites to a user on their site, and they'll tell you stuff like industry, seniority, what companies they work for, and that's all really powerful information to understand who's already coming to your site. And as you do more ads and promote, whether that's on LinkedIn or somewhere else, you'll be able to see who's coming to your site and what they're doing on it. So it's pretty powerful, and it's something that you're gonna need to get on your site right away, because you'll start collecting data even as you start writing your ads and building landing pages and doing that kind of stuff. All right, so let's talk about what types of ads should you run to your audience. And what we like to call we call this Operation Be Everywhere. And what we mean by that is and this is our approach that we use internally and for clients, but it's when somebody visits your website or somebody's on your email address, you have their email addresses and you want to plug them into LinkedIn as a matched audience. You want to be in all the different places on LinkedIn. So we've already been through the different types of ads you can run. So they're text ads, sponsored content, which is essentially just newsfeed ads, sponsored email, which is an ad directly in somebody's inbox, and then dynamic ads, which is more, it looks like a display network type ad, like a banner ad on LinkedIn site. So what we like to do is drive the bulk of our traffic using sponsored content, so the ads that you see in the news feed. And then anybody that takes a desired action, and I'll show you some examples of this here in a minute, takes a desired action, whether that's opting in or they visit a really important like intent type page in your site, whether that's a sales page, even just check your contact form page. You can run ads so the next time they get on LinkedIn, they'll see you absolutely everywhere. And that's what we're hoping to do, and that's what Operation Be Everywhere is for us. So now let's talk about, once you get that started, what types of copy you want to use for the retargeting, and the different ways you want to describe your offer, your piece of content, anything that'll allow your audience to take action. So there are 5 principles of this, and they're basically the same stuff that we talked about before when we were in the creative and copy section of this. But you want to keep it short. Again, be very concise. This isn't Facebook. People are not scrolling through looking for posts to just read. They're not looking for ads. They're not looking for information. You want to keep it tight, and you want to make sure that whatever you're trying to do comes across really quickly. You want to focus on you want to call out your target. This is the most important thing, and I'm actually going to cover this in a second, so I'm going to ignore it for now. You want to focus on why. As we've said before, that nobody is interested in what your product is. They're just interested in what benefit they get out of it. So every ad you have, all of your copy, all of your resources should be really focused on what the end result for your prospect is. Don't get cute. This again, keep everything short. Be straightforward. They're not on here looking for pictures of your, your cats. They're not on here looking for funny taglines. This isn't a progressive commercial. You're going to be running ads. You need to get results right away. So be very direct on what they're going to be getting. And then include links, and we'll talk about that again too. Aside from the normal call to actions, make sure there's multiple places that they can click. It increases your click-through rate fairly substantially. Now let's jump back to the calling out your target. In the copy and creative section, we talked about the big power of LinkedIn is that you can accurately target demographics, professional demographics, and then firmographics for the types of companies you'd like to work with. How many people that work there, what industry they're in, what their job titles are, tons of different things. Facebook is not as accurate when you do that. Somebody will have their job title on there, but it could be something that they had in college and they just don't update it. LinkedIn is far more accurate. It's updated far more. So you can call that out, that kind of information out in your copy. And we have talked about that, but one interesting thing you can do with retargeting is also to call it your relationship. So if somebody visits your services page on your website, for example, about becoming a client of yours, and then you're going to be running retargeting ads specifically through like sponsored email or newsfeed, you can call out that relationship in the ad. Like, hey, I saw that you visited this page, but you didn't book a call. Kind of wondering why. If that was a mistake, click here and we'll get you set up with somebody on our team to talk about how we can help you. Something like that. That is going to be the big change with retargeting ads compared to your normal ads to a cold audience. And here's a great example of a sponsored email that we run to anybody that visits our service, contact, or appointment booking pages to book with somebody on our team to talk about becoming a client. These are by far our most efficient in terms of cost, so the lowest cost leads that we do have, and they convert very, very well because everyone that's seeing this post has already shown some sort of interest and visited a page of intent. So you can see in here, if you can see the ad, we talk about even the very first sentence that we have in here is, "Hey Ryan, we've been crossing paths for a while now, and based on your LinkedIn profile, you match the exact types of clients we typically do best with." So what we're doing there initially is A, we're telling them we know you've been to our site and we've seen you, and then B, that we think that they're a perfect client for us. Then in the next paragraph, we say it's likely that you came to our site because you know how much opportunity there is on LinkedIn. So that, again, referencing that we know they've been to our website. It feels like this was a personal message. This is specifically a sponsored email, so it does show up in their inbox just like a personal message, and you want it to read that way. So we noticed that you came to our site. Essentially, we're saying we know that you're interested, at least enough to come read about it. And then, again, we say because we've been crossing paths, I wanted to make you an offer so you can quit guessing or hoping that magically the LinkedIn doors will open for you. And essentially, we're offering them a chance to get on a phone call. We're going to run through how our system will work for their business, and then ultimately offer them to become a client of ours. So this is the absolute best place to start if you're running retargeting ads on LinkedIn because it's very, very direct. You're going to get results pretty quickly, and you're going to generate leads without spending a whole lot of money. I mean, currently, these are definitely our most cost-efficient types of ads. So an important question to ask is, how big does the audience need to be? What if I don't have a whole lot of people that come to my website? Well, that's important to know because you need at least 300 people on your list. So whether this is somebody that visits your website or you can upload matched audiences, you can upload your email list to LinkedIn as well. You need at least 300 people in that to run ads to them. And then for sponsored content, obviously the bigger the audience, the better. So say you have a lot of traffic on your site, if you are someone like digital marketer or somebody that has a lot of content and they have a lot of traffic that comes to your site, the best thing to do with retargeting then is take all of your site traffic or all of your email list, and then you can filter it based on professional data. So say if you get 100, say you get 10,000 people that come to your website a month, and you want to only run ads to people in the IT industry, you can select that industry or you can select related job titles and run and essentially segment your own audiences. But you just need to make sure that audience is above 300 people, otherwise ads won't show. All right, so that's basically the overview. Where the really magic happens is getting there and doing it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a step back and show you step by step how you can find your LinkedIn Insights tag, how you can send that to a developer to put it on your website, or how you can put it on it yourself, and then how to set up your custom or matched audiences inside of LinkedIn.